What's going on, YouTube Nation? This is GB Merce. This is a very important topic in discussion to have, and this is how you can lose money as a dividend investor. I would say about a year ago, this is when I started investing in stocks. I put some money in Fundrise, I put some money in Rich Uncles, and I did lose some money in the beginning, and this is something that needs to be addressed. And I'm going to give you some tips as well as tricks to make sure that you stay focused and laser focused on your plan. So the first thing I'm going to address is sticking to your plan, okay? So when I started investing, my goal was to make passive income off of dividends, and I just started, I would say about September, about a year ago. Say I made this channel in September. This is when I was a little bit empowered to start making videos. And I invested in some dividend stocks. Then I basically started investing in stocks that didn't have dividends, and I thought I could be get rich and get some really good money off of penny stocks. Well, I did lose right around $500 or so, and I made up for that when I picked up some shifts to get my bank account happier. So the biggest thing, that's my first tip, is stick with your plan. Sticking with your plan is important when you are an investor, and especially in dividends. Your goal is to make passive income, whether it's monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. You need to stick to your plan. Do not make sure that you are not a gunslinger, buying and trading stocks like crazy. Stick with your plan, reinvest the dividends, compound interest will kick in. The second one that a lot of people have the major mistakes with is listening to the wrong people. Look, looking at dividend stocks, the thing about dividend stocks are there's data out there to really help you out and analyze if this stock is a good buy or not. You can go on Zacks. I really like Zacks.com, which is a really good website. It'll tell you to buy or hold. It'll give you a statistical analysis. I like Morningstar.com a lot when I'm looking at exchange-traded funds. If it is not 4 or 5 star rated, I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. There are very good ETFs out there that give off monthly dividends and are beating the S&P. So make sure that you are looking at data that is relevant, and do not listen to just people over the internet. Sure, they can give you ideas, but make sure you have the statistical data to back it up. There's a few stocks out there like Capitella Finance that I invested in earlier, and it looked like it gave off a really good dividend, but its share has dropped and dropped and dropped. So in the long run, just because it gives off a really nice dividend, I can lose money from that. So that's something that you need to look at, make sure it's growing, make sure the stock is growing, and go from there. The third tip I'm going to tell you is don't listen to your gut. Do not invest on emotions. You need to use logic. You need to use discipline, okay? Just because, something happened with, let's just say, like a pharmaceutical company, and they got sued or something, and you're going to panic sell just because they got sued and you lost $10 on about 45 shares that you own, and it gives off a really good quarterly dividend. That's just crazy. That's relying on emotions. That's hitting the panic button. That's called panic selling. Never panic sell. When you make an investment, usually stick with it, unless if there's something really bad out there, or if you're going to sell it and put it in another stock. Make sure that you are disciplined. Make sure you are controlled. Make sure you have the logic. I really like posting motivational videos and videos on discipline, because when you are a dividend investor, you have to be disciplined in the long run. You have to be focused. You have to be laser focused on your plan. Another one I'm going to tell you is these marijuana stocks. They're very volatile right now. They're way up and down. They don't give off dividends, and a lot of people who are dividend investors, they look at, I think there's 2 stocks actually a rate. IIPR, it's something you might want to look into. And there's an MJ exchange traded fund. That's a little too volatile for me. Once these marijuana stocks and companies start booming, you can bet your ass that they're going to be in a lot of really good exchange traded funds, and they'll be actively managed in a lot of mutual funds. So I would kind of avoid the marijuana stocks. The other tip I'm going to give you is the cryptocurrency. My honest philosophy is I wouldn't want to challenge the dollar or the yen or the euro, because these countries, the United Nations and the United States, they can manipulate the currency if they really wanted to and bring Bitcoin down to its knees. I've heard stories of people selling their houses for Bitcoin to invest in Bitcoin. I've heard people selling all their stocks, all their dividend stocks to invest in Bitcoin. There's no guarantees with Bitcoin. It's extremely volatile. I just think, if you were an early investor, you're in good shape, but, it's up and down, right and left. I mean, I'm a dividend investor. I really don't think about that or focus on that. The other thing is, with dividend stocks, the mistakes that people make is when they look at these stocks, PBR is an example. I'm pretty sure if you search them on Zacks, they gave off a monthly dividend, but now they give off a quarterly dividend. So a lot of people on YouTube channels, they talk about monthly dividend stocks. Well, some of them stopped giving off monthly dividend stocks and have changed to quarterly. So again, you need to do your research before you make a call. Another one is, when people invest in certain aggressive stocks, these stocks go way up and down, and you should really follow stocks that are in line or have beaten the S&P, especially exchange traded funds, because those are going to grow. I know that it gives off, some of them give off a small dividend, but if they grow, the price per share and the dividend will rise, and compound interest will be amazing. The other one is, again, I'm going to emphasize this, social media. It is just, it's hard not to laugh. I do feel bad for a lot of people. I'm in a few Facebook groups, and this is another tip. Do not be a gunslinger when it comes to dividend stocks. Stick with your plan, because I cannot tell you how many people are even dividend investors and they don't stick to their plan. They buy and sell stocks like crazy, and then they're like, oh, I lost $300, because I have all these shares in Nike and stuff. And then all of a sudden, they're down 300, and then they invest in another dividend stock, so it's going to take time to grow and get back up there. You're not to be a day trader like crazy. You're just going to park your money and let your money make money. So there's very good reputable websites. Zacks is a really good one. Motley Fool is another good one. You can even Google search on its website, type in a stock, and just compare it to other graphs. That's the big thing. Another tip is just to look at how the company is done over time. Is it generating a profit? And is it losing profit? Is it growing? Is it in demand? Okay, an example I'm going to give you. I invested in Wendy's stock. I have a video on that. Wendy's is growing in revenue. It's not that expensive right now. I think it's about $20 a share last time I checked. So again, these companies that you invest in, they got to be making money and not losing money. So make sure that you look at these companies, and do not, like I said in my previous tips, don't rely on instincts. Make sure that these companies are in demand. People love fast food. Fast food is in demand. People are in a hurry. Chick-fil-A is making a killing right now. McDonald's is making a killing. Yummy Brands is making a killing. So there's a reason why these guys and the stock is growing in these companies. If you look at Ford as a stock, It's like $9 a share. And my honest opinion is, sure, it gives off a 6% dividend right now, but which car would you rather drive? I drive a Toyota, and the Toyotas are long-lasting cars. They're more durable, and they have a better reputation. So make sure you do your research on all these stocks before you make a decision. Again, thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think. Have you guys ever fallen into these traps? And are you guys disciplined as dividend investors to make decisions, or are you a gunslinger? Have you learned from your mistakes? Let me know what you think on this channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you for these 10,000 views. This channel is just, it's growing, and it's starting to get bigger. And we can all learn from each other as investors and become a better person as well, to learn about, ourselves and how to grow as an individual. Thank you again, and have a good day.